All right, so we got to talk about the release. Release is one of those things that's vastly misunderstood. A lot of people try to avoid releasing the golf club because they think a release is a cast. They think it's coming down and casting the club. That is not what it is. It is a completely different part of the swing, and it's also something that's very necessary. You want to be more consistent, hit the ball farther, and you know what? You just want to hit it good. So I've got the HackMotion device on here. Let's talk about what the release is. And we're going to keep this simple because this is the main part of it. There are a couple other elements we could talk about, but the release is going to be basically, if we have our wrist, so I've got my lead wrist here. If I was to go into flexion, which is just to bow the wrist, or extension, which is cupping it, okay, just doing this, flexion, extension, we talked about in a previous video, when we're going down, we start flexing the lead wrist, right? But as we come down and we start getting into impact, we flex down to right about P6, which is the club is about parallel with the ground. From here, we need to start releasing that. We need to go from flexion to extension. We are going into extension and we are doing it rapidly. That's why it's important when you transition, we want to actually flex so we have something to release. That is where casting is a problem. People get up to the top of the swing and they throw early, they release it early up here, and now we've got our weird casty look as we're going through. They're not releasing the club at the proper time as they're going through. So we need to go from flexion to extension. The reason this is good, one, this gives us a ton of speed. Okay, a ton of speed. I cannot move my body as fast as I can when I just release my hands and arms. So we need that speed. The other thing that it will do is it actually gets the golf club, the shaft of the golf club, to release out a little bit. This is something your golf clubs are designed to do. They flex and bend and then they kick. They kick, meaning it is basically letting out all that energy you store up, and that's what helps make the ball go farther, higher, straighter, all of that stuff that we like to see. Now, people that I typically work with, when they're doing this and they're struggling with releasing the club, they're so afraid of casting that they hold on and they just hold. They actually get into a decent position with the club, but then they just hold and rotate. So the club gets way out. The only way they can get down to the ball is they have to do some crazy bending, which is not comfortable and not super doable, I think. But they do that, and then they also don't have any speed. So they take a lot of loft off the club, and they have no speed, so the ball just goes low, and it can't get in the air, so they don't hit the ball with any distance, if they hit it good at all. A lot of times we see shank stuff like that that really throws us off. So what they would get is this really uncontrolled shot. What I'd rather see is when we get up to the swing and we go to release the club, we're going to bring the club down. Again, we like to see this club rotating down. If you need to see it, how this works, I'll link another video where we talk exactly about the transition as we're coming down. But from here, I need to feel like I am releasing the club, okay? Couple of things are going to happen. One, it's going to get the club lined up for impact. You'll notice when I start to release, where do my hands go? My hands start to go in and around my body. What does that make that, what happens then? My body starts to rotate. Okay, I can actually rotate. The other thing is when I start to rotate, I'm still leading with my hands into impact, but if we watch really good players or if we look at their graphs like we see on HackMotion, we'll see that they actually go into extension very, very quickly after impact, or even maybe a little before, but it's typically after. They are rapidly going into extension as they go to hit the golf ball. That is something that we want to see from our players. I want to see that. I want to see us moving dynamically through with our hands and arms. This is going to make it a lot easier for you to get through it. It's going to get the club lined up. You're not gonna take too much loft off it, and you're going to have better contact, and as you do the rest of the swing, you will have better speed as we go. So let's go ahead, let's show you a little drill here. So I have the HackMotion set up. So I've got it on one of the drills as we go. So again, just to show you how it works, I'm just gonna recalibrate just real quick since I was moving around a lot. Here we are. And just so you can see it again, here is flexion. You can see that on our graph. Here's extension as we go. All right, so we've got it set up. The other thing I changed here, I want you to see an impact location as we go through and do this, okay? This is gonna be a big part of this drill. So as we go through, I talked a lot about how this drill is so you can hit the ball good. That's the main thing I wanna see, is hitting the ball really solid, really square. So as I go through, let's go ahead. I've got it set up. We're gonna go ahead, get set. I'm gonna go to P6, let's bring it down. That's right here. I'm in range here. Now from here, let's do it the wrong way. Okay, where I hold on and I'm too flexed. You'll see here my impact location. This is what I see a lot. People that shank the ball, they get that, they're holding on too long and they end up hitting the ball towards the hosel of the club. You can see how ugly and low that shot was. Now, distance-wise on a launch monitor, you're gonna say, oh, it came off, it went far, all that. Well, it came off like that, and it went far because I hit it like a line drive off the hosel. So yeah, it's got a lot of speed because there's no spin on it. There's nothing going for me good on the shot other than, yeah, it went fast. It went fast out of control. So the way we'd like to do this, let's get set up for a rep here. Okay, I'm gonna set up. Okay, once we're ready, we're gonna go up. And now from here, let's throw it. Better, but I was actually too extended there on that one. Nope, I actually went a little too much on the extension. So I released it a touch more than they'd want, but I hit it. It's weird how when you release the club, look how much more centered that strike was. Now being a 2 degrees too much release there, but I would take that shot in a heartbeat, okay? I would take that shot in a heartbeat. See how my smash went way up? I'm much more efficient as we go through and hitting this. So let's see if we can get one in the green here as we go through. There we go. That was a good rep right there. You can see the contact as we go. Got my green dot, but you can see how much more centered and consistent my contact is. I'm more efficient. I'm gonna hit the ball better, and then as I increase, obviously I'm gonna increase size of swing to where when I go through, I'm adding everything to get to this point and then release that golf club as we go through. And we see what we get on that. 174 right out of the dead center of the face. And yeah, I'm gonna take that one. Little baby draw for me. That's exactly what I'm going for as we go through. So a great way to drill this, get a feel, helps to have something like HackMotion that's keeping me honest as I'm going through and giving me a little drill as we go through this to make us better. But moral of the story, you have to release the golf club. If you're not releasing it, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle to make good contact. Even if you do, you're not gonna hit it as far as you want, and you're just not gonna have any control. So work on releasing it. It'll help your game and make you a better player. If you have questions about it, leave that comment below. Also, if you want to check out HackMotion, this is a really, really cool device. It really helps you in a lot of areas. So make sure you check this out. I will link that down below as well. And thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.